It's a third of an acre with my dream home in the middle of it, and he landscaped every square inch. Slate pathways and slate staircases to the river rock beds, you know, paving stones, paving stone patios. He's done probably 110% job installing it, and he's going to take care of it forever, so I know it's going to look like this forever, and everybody that I know just thinks it's a bonus to see it in my front yard. So I'm just happy to be here for Bill and to just let people know that if anybody's going to do this, he's the only guy to get the job done, and you can tell just by looking at the product.
I'm a fairly avid golfer, and when Bill came in originally, Bill and his company, 19th Hole Golf Green, came in originally, we discussed, you know, obviously what it would roll like, roughly the speed and so forth, and get a few little contours into it, so it would be really similar to putting on a real golf green that's nicely cut. You know, year round there's really no maintenance. The only maintenance that there might be, if you want to make it perfect for putting, for like one of our little events, is really just to broom it, and you know, to make sure that there's no little impediments and leaves and so forth on it. Otherwise, there is no maintenance.
Anybody that's played on it, and it's been everybody from my buddy before a round of golf to 85 people here for a July 4th or a Canada Day July 1st party. So at any given time there was 30 people around the green, and just little kids to adults, and everybody was enjoying it like it was you know, in their backyard. It was really neat. It's improved the golf game. You know, you're going to drop strokes when you've got this for the front yard. And I think it's just neat to see it in a front yard where people are actually going to notice it. I think typically they're being put in backyards, and just to drive home and see it and to know that it's there, just step out. I seem to be using it before golf rounds. Buddies meet at my place and we putt here for 20 minutes and then we head off, sort of thing. So that's kind of been a bonus, and just no maintenance, and I love golf. It's either work hard or golf hard, so it's perfect for us.
I think the nice thing about the putting green and now the front yard actually has just been done recently in a longer turf, not a putting turf. Just eliminates maintenance. Looks really nice year round in the front in particular. Gets away from the frustration of the moss that I kept experiencing in our damp climate, and you know, it just looks nice. No weeds, no fuss, no muss, and it looks so real that most people would never know.
Bill said it was going to play fast and be very real. Augusta, he called it, and it is. It's probably the best green I've putted on. It's very realistic. There's breaks in it. The chipping, we can actually go down here with the wedge and fire to the back hole about 45 feet, and it plays very realistic. There's some breaks and good roll, and it's very, very quick, so it gives your game a good challenge.
Well, I did, in this particular case, I did some of the base prep, and then Bill came in and compacted the gravel that he brought in, and the sand, and of course the turf and cutting, and I would say all told, you know, he probably spent the better part of 2 or 3 full days here installing. Bill does a real good job. He really, you know, stays in touch, wants to make sure that the product is what, you know, is up to snuff.
Well, Bill says it's the best you can get out of the States, sort of from the Augusta, Georgia area, and he's told me from the moment I met him that I was going to be good to go for 10 years. So if it looks like new after a year, I'm thinking after 10 years I should be very happy, and after 10 years, if I have to get him out here to do it all over again, that's sort of my timeline. So it'll be here forever, and if it has to be reinstalled 10 years from now, that'll be the best 10 years of use out of anything I've ever played with or installed for fun. So yeah, and it looks like new, so I think it's going to get a good 10 years, easily.